Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft room, and today I am presenting day 24 of the 31 Days of Gratitude Challenge hosted by RachandBella Crafts. And so to look for all of these other prompts, you can do the hashtag 31 Gratitude Journal prompts. And again, today I'm doing prompt 24, which is pets. And let me tell you, over the years of my lifetime, I have been blessed to have had so many different types of pets that I am so grateful to have been able to call pets in my life. We have had guinea pigs, rabbits, pigs, goats, chickens, cats, dogs, cows, and even a reptile. I had an iguana for a while. I had a bird for a while. So we are definitely animal people, and I am just so grateful to have been blessed with all of those creatures in my life. So in my book here that I am working on with the Kit in Everything Give Thanks by RachandBella Crafts and Line.Arrow, this is what my book is looking like so far. I'm using a vintage Reader's Digest book in case if you didn't catch the last prompt that I did. And I haven't sewn the signatures in yet, but we're getting there. I am getting them all put together. And what I thought I would do today is show you how to give yourself a little more real estate on your page if you are like me and have so much of something to be grateful for, or if you have an abundance of photos. So what I have done here, maybe you just want to also add a bunch of writing and journaling space too, so it will work in that capacity as well. What I've done here is I've taken a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, I cut it down to 8.5 by 11, and then I simply folded it a little short on one side, so there's a little bit of a gap here. And that was kind of intentional, but we'll see what I do with this page here. What I want to do is make a waterfall so that I have lots of room to put photos and also to journal. So I took a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper. It has a little wild and craziness on the backside, but don't worry. I covered that with some RachandBella Crafts and Line.Arrow beautiful paper. And I cut this down to 4 by 3 pieces of paper, and you can get, 9 of these out of a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And then I scored them 1/2 inch. And there's a couple of different ways you could have done this. I glued my paper to the cardstock and then scored it, but it did make this crazy crease line here. You could also just score it beforehand and then glue your pieces of paper here to avoid having this paper be on the score line, if that makes sense. You can also corner around these, and that looks really nice and helps it to flip a little bit better. Let's see if I can find my corner rounder. There it is. All right. So I'll show you a couple of those. This one is my favorite corner rounder, and I'll just corner around that. And when you corner around these, it really just helps them to flip up. Another thing about when you're gluing your paper on, if you have a directional paper here, remember this is going to go down and flip up. So you'll want to put it right side up this way, and so you'll be creasing actually at the bottom or gluing at the bottom, if that makes sense. I'll show you another one. So this one had pumpkins at the bottom. You can see we lost a little bit of that pumpkin, but when it flips up, the pumpkin will be going in the right direction. Eek. So I have inked these already. If you corner around, have to hit those little spots with some ink again. You can see there's some more pumpkins down there. This one here is one with writing that it will really make sense to make sure it's going the right direction there. Otherwise that Thanksgiving would be upside down. Not a horrible faux pas if you don't mind that it's upside down, but if you're trying to make it directional, just pay attention to the way it will flip up. And this one, we'll corner around this one. Oh, and there's one more. So I'm going to go ahead and do 9, or not 9, 6 of them. You can do as many as you'd like, as long as you have room for it on your paper. There we go. Okay, so if you have one that you would like to fit at the top, and I want this one here because it says gratitude, and then there's plenty of room to write, I'm going to put that one at the top. And the way you do these is you just start gluing. You can also use a double-sided sticky tape. And sometimes it's nice to do a little bit of the double-sided tape and then some liquid glue as well. You can use glue stick, it's just really slow drying, so make sure you give yourself time as you're adding more of these waterfall pieces on. And there's definitely different ways to do the waterfalls as well. I've seen some of them go in different directions. I've seen people just craft them in all kinds of different ways. So if you are curious of other ways to do waterfalls, definitely check out YouTube. There are so many different versions. Okay, so we've just got our liquid glue just kind of a little bit on there. I'm going to go ahead and put it right at the top here. And if you wanted to leave room at the top for the prompt or maybe to write something, you could also do kind of like a title on here. Lots of options. Okay, so see, then when we flip it up, the gratitude is going the right direction there. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going. Put some tape, then put some glue, and you can choose to stack them a couple different ways as well. Like with everything, there's a million ways to do the same thing. It just kind of depends on the look that you're going for and how many you're trying to get into the space. I like to put mine like right here. So in front of the little tab, I feel like it spaces them out really decently. Other people like to put theirs right on top so you don't see the gap of that paper, but I don't mind that. Sometimes I feel it's a little bit decorative. Helps me line them up and keep everything straight. So then they flip down like this. And then you just keep going until you have enough or until you run out of room. And if you're trying to fit in more, stacking them on top of each other, like that first way I showed you, would definitely give you more room because you wouldn't have this spacing here. Sometimes I like to leave some room at the bottom of the page too, like down here, so that I can put some decorations or write some, maybe the date or something like that. Kind of like a little title. Sometimes I'll put some trim. Okay, so you can see we've got 3 and we still have room to keep going, so we're just gonna keep going. I hope everybody is enjoying this challenge. I know I've been having some fun with it. And I couldn't help but be excited to be signed up for the pet day because, like I said, we definitely are animal people. If you are curious, even my cows, I have a photo of myself rocking one of my cows to sleep. He just rested his head right in my arm and I was rocking him to sleep. The picture is on my Facebook page under Frapps and Scraps. I think I'm also grateful that animals have been a way for life to just bring new people into our life as well. We've met some really great people doing 4-H and FFA and showing animals. a lot of fun friends. We called them our rabbit family for a while. And even though we don't show rabbits anymore, we still definitely have rabbit family. We've met some really wonderful people. We've traveled to a lot of great shows. And I think, you know, it's wonderful that there are programs where families and kids can come together and learn and teach and grow all about animals. And you learn a lot of life lessons as well. You learn perseverance, you learn responsibility, you learn financial management. You know, you learn a lot about showing and sportsmanship and hard work. My kids were all 5 years apart, so finding one activity that our family could do could sometimes be a challenge because between the youngest and the oldest there was a 10-year gap. So, you know, it was a little challenging, but animals was something we could all come together on. We loved traveling to different states and across the states to show, and it was just absolutely wonderful. We had a cleaning day at our house. We would clean all the animal cages, and you know, that maybe wasn't the fun part, but it was something we all did together as a family, and that was nice. Okay, now on these waterfalls, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. You just want to make sure that they're all lining up the way that you want them to. Sometimes I like to use a decorative punch and punch out a corner here. You could put a little paw print if you're doing cats or dogs or something like that. And what's really great about this is that, like I said, you can put a title here, so you could put, you know, gratitude here. This page would have been really nice for the front. You could also do a photo. We could write pets, we could write thankful, any number of things. You could also use some of these great quotes that are in the kit. There are a lot of beautiful things in there. You could also put this on this side here. This is going to go in the journal, so this is going to be separated here. So we'll have this is part of a signature, so it's going to go in a signature. But what's really great is it gives you all of these different spaces here that where you would have only had one. So, you know, you can journal here, you can put a photo here, you can journal here. Look at this beautiful paper. I love this leaf paper. A room to journal here with photos here. Maybe write about what happens with your pets at Thanksgiving. I know my grandma, when I was a little girl, I remember my grandma fixing her dog a plate of food for Thanksgiving. So that was interesting. It's something, a childhood memory I hadn't thought about for a while. So, you know, again, more room to journal here and here. And then you can put a larger photo or maybe another journaling box or something fun there to, you know, write out whatever it is that you are grateful for, or maybe a pet special memory, all kinds of fun things. But anyways, you guys, I hope you are enjoying this challenge and will try some of the techniques by all of these wonderful people partaking. If you haven't found any of them yet, definitely use this hashtag 31 gratitude journal prompts, and you will find everybody. If you don't know how to find people using that, go into the YouTube search box and type it in, or type it in on Google and it'll show you all of the videos or posts that are being posted on Instagram. Search for RachandBella Crafts and you will find it that way as well. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what kind of pets you've had in the comments. Like I said, we've definitely had our share, and I've had some friends who've had some pretty exotic pets too, so very fun. I've been blessed to have had a lot of different animals in my life, like I said. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.